blanket or a towel and have it so that there's quite a long edge. And then fold one half in or 1/3 in, and then the other third over the top, so that you've got not too lumpy a support that comes down the middle of the mat. And then we'll bring the edge of the towel or the blanket just to the base of the spine, and then peel down. And you might find that it feels really good just to fold over the top of the towel to ruche it up a little bit so that it can support the neck. And then if your shoulders feel comfortable, you could try coming into cactus arms. So your fingers in the top of your torso and your head are in a W shape. If that feels too much, you can just have the arms straight out in a T shape. See if you can get into a position where you can allow the backs of the arms just to rest on the floor. There we go. Lengthen the back of the neck a little bit just by dropping the chin. And then start to deepen the breath. And sometimes what we find with support behind the spine is that the body lifts away from it a little bit, and we almost bow the body and breathe into very much the front of the body. So over the next few breaths, can you feel as if the back of your body melts into the prop behind you, into the mat? So we're starting to make space through the front of the body, even into the chest and the shoulders with the arms out wide, but also allowing the spine to release into your blanket. Knees bent here, just allows the pelvis to tip back a little. So feel as if you take the breath from the tailbone up the back of the body to the crown of the head, and your exhale, feel as if you're breathing out from the front of the body, so from the top of the head, the face, all the way down to the pubic bone. So the inhale comes into the back of the body, tailbone to the crown, and feel the exhale descend through the nostrils down the front of the body to the pubic bone. So feel as if you've got this circle of breath up through the back, down through the front. And don't rush it. Take your time with each section of the breath. And as the body settles, you might find that you can move your arms, maybe bring the elbows up a little bit so that you get more opening around the chest and the fronts of the armpits. Don't worry if you want to stay where you were. Just have a little experiment. Okay, let's take another 2 breaths. Slow, steady breath. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, start to take the arms overhead and they lift away from the floor. Start to bring some energy to the arms as you turn the palms to face each other, as if you are holding a brick between your hands. And draw the shoulder blades down so that you feel you're hugging your blanket. And then we'll bring the hands down to the sides, bend the elbows, and you could just tuck your thumbs behind your pelvis and just start to peel up so that you can take the blanket out and come back onto your back. If you have a strap handy, grab one, but it's not essential. So as you come back onto your back, hug your right knee in, and start to straighten the left leg along the mat. And feel as if that left leg lengthens out of the pelvis. So pressing through the heel So that left leg is strong and toned. There's energy there as the toes draw back. Nice. And then you can either use a strap and top the strap around the ball of your right foot. Or if you don't have a strap, just have the hands on the right thigh, back at the thigh. And as you straighten your right leg towards the ceiling, just take it steady. So you don't have to have that right leg entirely straight. If you've got a strap, it just gives you the opportunity to press the ball of the foot into the strap, but relax the arms and the shoulders back towards the floor. So bend your elbows and slide the hands down. Yeah, you don't have to grip on for dear life. Lovely. So then take your strap into your right hand, or if you're not using a strap, the right hand comes on the outside of your right thigh, and you release the left arm to the floor. And then you're gonna see if you can keep the back of the left hip on the floor. So imagine that you've got a little blueberry underneath the left buttock, and you want to keep contact with that blueberry, and you're going to let the leg start to float out to the right. So to your own degree, you don't want to roll all the way onto that right hip. I've got a wall in the way, so you take me to the right. Yeah. That's it. So maybe can you take the leg out towards Anne? Yeah, but you want to keep your left buttock on the blueberry on the floor. There we go. So that means we have to feel as if we're drawing energy in from the foot. That's it, and out to the right. Yeah, lovely. We're just not allowing the pelvis to roll onto the right. Great. And you could take the left arm out in line with your shoulder and take the gaze along to your middle finger on that left side. Can you ground the left buttock into the blueberry? Your imaginary blueberry. And feel as if you're drawing your femur bones up into your body. Keep that sense of energy drawing up, muscles hugging in, and then feel as if you're lengthening through your heels for your last breath. Nice. And then start to bend both knees as you hug the knees in. If you've got a strap, you could just take the opportunity to change the strap onto the ball of your left foot. Otherwise, you're just hugging the knees in. Start to bring that right foot down to the floor and straighten the right leg along the floor. So again, here you want some energy in the right leg. So feel as if you're reaching out into the heel, feeling the muscles of that leg firm. And whenever you're ready, either just holding onto the back of the left thigh or onto your straps with the shoulders and the forearms relaxing back into the floor. Start to reach that foot up to the ceiling first. It's okay, Ali, stay where you are. It's fine. Yeah. Just to start to check in with that left hamstring. And can you push the ball of the foot into the strap? Take the straps into the left hand, release the right arm, and imagine your blueberries underneath your right hip or your right buttock. And as you start to take the left leg out, just to your own degree, so you're not trying to get it on the floor, there's no goal here, you're just opening up through the front of the pelvis and trying to use a little bit of muscular energy to keep that right hip on the floor. Right arm out to the side, the gaze can go right. And even as you feel that you're drawing your legs into your body, the femur bones hug into the body, can you also shine back out into your feet? And take a couple of really strong, steady breaths. Yes, allowing the groin to open up. Should feel a comfortable stretch, nothing too scary. Have another breath. And then bend both knees as you hug back into the center and just allow the strap to come out to the side. Pop it out of your way. Lovely. So then cross the ankles and you can hold on to the backs of the thighs and just get a little bit of a massage going on your lower back by releasing and then hugging in. Release, hug in, release, hug in. So you're starting to get a little bit of a roll into the ball. You can squeeze your core as the knees come in. And then lo and behold, you can rock up into cross-legged. If you feel that your spine is not entirely straight and comfortable, then you can just grab your shoulder blanket and come and sit on the blanket. Broaden the sit bones. It's nice to just lift a little bit. And sit nice and tall. Okay, let's take the arms up. Inhale, shoulders relax. Exhale, turn and twist to the left. Right hand on the left knee. Good. Start to draw the body through. Take a breath here. Inhaling, lengthen, exhaling, deepen. Good. With your next inhale, come back through the center. Your exhale, start to take you into the twist at the other side. Hand onto knee, thread your body through into a deeper twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, back to the center. Good, and take the arms out to the side, palms up. So we're going to cross the elbows and come into eagle arms. So you're wrapping your elbows together. See if you can really squeeze. And then turn the palms away from each other and start to press the backs of the hands into each other. Yeah, so you really got to hook the elbows in. If you're flexible enough, it happens to work for your mechanics, you can take fingers onto the base of the thumb, but otherwise you're just pressing the backs of the hands, the arms together. Good. So now start to lengthen the spine, dropping the chin, and gently offer the elbows forwards. So you start to feel an opening in the upper back between your shoulder blades. Yeah, soften the jaw, take a breath. You could even slide the fingertips towards the ceiling a little bit. Just experiment with how that feels for you. There shouldn't be any pain in the shoulder. And take 2 more breaths. Skaradasana arms. Start to release, relaxing shoulders and elbows. Take the arms out, turn the palms up, and just have a shoulder roll here. So even with the arms out, lift the shoulders, draw them back, and then relax them down and change the cross of your elbows. So if you feel completely normal when you take it in, you probably haven't changed sides. It should feel a bit different, a bit weird. So squishing the elbows in together, yeah. Taking the backs of the arms, the hands towards each other, and you might find that the heel of the thumb and the fingertips hook in together. That's it, you can do that, you're there. And then as you lengthen the back of the neck, dropping the chin, feel as if you're offering the elbows forwards and start to breathe into the space that you find in your upper back. If it feels good, you could begin to lift the elbows up away from the floor. And take a couple of steady breaths here. You can hug the arms into each other, just working with that sense of opening in the back of the heart center. And then release the arms, take them out. Good, turn the palms up, circle the shoulders. Lovely. And then we'll bring the fingertips in front of your shins and feel as if you're rooting the sit bones into the floor. So as you make your pelvis heavy, then start to walk the hands forward. So you're not going to go very far because you want the sit bones to stay pressing down into the floor of your blanket. And then just take it into a gentle forward fold, not too deep. And as you bow the head, just notice any stretch that you feel. It might be around the glute area. It might be in the spine. You might feel that all the way up the back. And as you take 2 more breaths here, see if you can melt. But keep that sense of rooting the pelvis into the floor. Lovely. And just breathe into wherever you feel the stretch, the spine, the pelvis. And we'll walk the hands back, take the hands behind you. Just bring the soles of the feet together for a breath. And as you push into the hands, lift up the heart, press the knees down towards the floor. And as you release that, can you cross the legs the other way? So the other shin in front. And again, if it feels normal, you probably haven't changed sides. So experiment. I feel very weird with my left shin in front. Good. So sitting nice and tall. Rooting the pelvis into the floor once more, take the hands forwards. And it might be different on this side. So just allowing the hands to walk forwards to your own degree. It might be that your hands just stay close to the shins and you start to just melt the head Keep that sense of rooting the sit bones back. The pelvis is heavy. And just see where you get to. Breathe into the stretch wherever you feel it. Allowing the breath to be smooth and steady. Yeah, lovely. Good. Have 2 more breaths there. And then walk back. And we'll start to take the hands, well, actually, however you are. You can put the faces on your mat. We're going to start to come and make your way into downward facing dog. Guys in the studio, have your knee pad ready because we're going to drop the knee. So we're rooting the hands down into the floor, tucking the toes. We press up into downward facing dog. And feel as if there's plenty of space between your hands and your feet. So if you're not sure, try coming into plank. So you should have in plank your hands underneath your wrists underneath the shoulders. And feet underneath the ankles will be in a nice straight line. So from there, start to lift the hips towards the ceiling. Then it might feel like you're a little bit wider than normal between the hands and the feet. Does it feel different? Okay, from the tips of the shoulder blades, root into the hands. Lovely. And then we'll drop the right knee to the floor and step the left foot forwards. And let's take the arms up. Heart lifted, shoulder blades drawing down into the body. Great. And then just start to let the knee float over the toes, tucking the tailbone, draw the low belly back. So use the knee pad. It's a bit kinder. Lovely. So then we transition into a runner's lunge. So coming back into hamstring awareness, if you like. So hugging that left hip back, lifting the toes. Good. If you've got bricks, that's great. If you haven't got bricks, that's fine. So stay on your fingertips. Lovely. And then see if that outer left hip can start to wrap down towards the floor. Nice to have bricks. Can you lengthen the spine a little bit? So can you draw your shoulder blades into the back of the heart? So the collarbones broaden and lengthen the crown of the head forward. So Abby, walk your hands back towards you a tiny little bit and see if you can then start to lift the spine. Yes, a bit more like that. Nice. Now feel as if you're hugging that left heel back. If it's too strong on your hamstring, relax the foot. If it feels good, you can turn the toes back. Good. So we want a tall spine. Breathe into the stretch. And then bend your left knee again. We'll start to take that left foot behind you, tucking the toes. And then press back into downward facing dog. Nice, long downward facing dog. Plenty of space for the spine. Great, and then let's bring the left knee down. Step the right foot forwards. Sweep the arms up. Good, and again, can we feel this sense of lift from the lower ribs to the top of the sternum? And then just allow that front knee to begin to move over the toes, but keep the tone around the belly so we're not compressing in the low back. Good, and then we'll start to take the hips back, bowing forwards, but keeping that lift through the spine. So you're not flexing the spine like this. You're starting to really lengthen, broaden the sit bones, broaden the collarbones. You could bring that left brick in a little bit. Yeah. So you're a bit narrower. Good. If it feels too strong on the hamstring, the foot's relaxed. If it feels okay, then you're going to lift those toes. Can you wrap that outer right hip towards the floor for another 2 breaths? Nice, steady breaths, just allowing the body to open up. And then let's bend the right knee again. The bricks can just be out of your way. And you're going to step into a forward fold. So fingertips to the floor, lift the back knee, step the left foot next to the right. and bow. So let's soften the knees and take hold of the elbows. Let the head release towards the floor. Yeah, so see if you can really let go of tension around the shoulders, the head, the neck, the jaw. Lovely. Let's have one more breath. In Uttanasana, forward fold. Allowing the hamstrings to open, but without too much of a yank. Good. So then we'll sweep our hands to the ceiling. So you can keep knees soft, sweeping all the way up, root into the feet, straighten the legs. Inhale, exhale, hands to the floor. Good. So you're going to inhale again, exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward, step your left foot back into a long lunge. So as you bend your right knee, can you get this side parallel to the floor? So the knee's at 90 degrees. And if you've got bricks, let's have bricks. Either side of that front foot. Otherwise, you're on your fingertips. So you should still have your space, either way. So here, you're going to inhale, lengthen, look forwards, back leg powerful. Keep the back leg straight, and as you exhale, you're just going to bow as you straighten your right leg. So you inhale, you bend the right leg, thigh parallel to the floor, look up. As you exhale, bow and straighten your leg. And you can reach back into that left heel as you bow. Let's do a couple more, just move with your breath. Inhale, don't let that back knee droop to the floor. Good, exhale, both legs straight and bow. So you're working just at your own pace here. If it feels too strong on that hamstring, don't go so deep. Move with your breath. You're just inviting the body to open up. Good, let's do two more. As you inhale, keep the back leg powerful. Your exhale, press into the back heel, as if you were going to press it to the floor. You might be able to, but that's not the goal. Nice, last one. Good. And then we're going to start to turn. So I'm going to turn my back to you here. I'm going to turn so that my feet are parallel, and I'm going to bring my head to the long edge into a wide-legged forward fold. Good. And then I'm going to move so that I haven't got my head pressing into the wall. So what we're going to do is, if you turn your right toes out, you're going to start to lunge to the right. So the knee comes over those toes. And just go as deeply as you feel that you can. Your inhale is going to take you up. The right toes turn forwards. The left toes turn up, turn out rather, and the knee comes to the left. So this is the movement, turning the feet as you move, right toes out, lunge to the right, right toes in, left toes out, lunge to the left. Good. So you can have your hands on your bricks, so you can walk your hands and go a little deeper. Good, just to each side. That's it. You can walk the hands or keep them steady in the middle on your bricks. Again, just follow your own body, don't take it too deeply. Inviting the body to open up. So your inhale takes you through your middle. Good. So then we're going to rest to your left side. Let's all do the same side. So here, you might just be here in this side lunge. If you want to, if you feel that you can, you could take it deeper and lift your right toes. So this is going to work for some of you and not for others. It depends on your knees, your ankles. So what I've done, Andy, is I've lifted my left heel. So some people can do this with the foot flat on the floor. So the left toes come up and the right toes have come up. So we just go steady. That's it, and then you're on the other side, but that's still it. Lovely, Skandasana. Great. And then start to take it back through the middle. So you're going to ground that right foot, come up, and just see how it feels to come to the other side. So you might just be here with both feet planted on the floor. You're in that side lunge again. Just make sure you change sides. Or what's happening for me is my right knee comes forwards, the right heel lifts, and then the left toes lift, and I can come and look at my left. Skandasana, that's it. That's it. Don't have another breath. Great, let's come back up into the forward fold. Start to walk back, your hands towards the front of the mat. So you're back in this pyramid pose, both legs straight. And then let's step forwards, inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the front. And then inhale, we're going to do that to the other side. Exhale. Good. And as you inhale, lengthen forwards. As you exhale, step the other foot back. So right foot back, is that right? Yes. I think that's right. Is that right? Yeah. And then you're exhaling into a pyramid pose here, where we were just a second ago. So the inhale, you're lengthening, look forwards, the left thigh is parallel to the floor. Your exhale's taking it into pyramid. Well, this version of pyramid, yes, wide. So keep the legs firm and strong as you come forwards. So, yeah, just make sure you swap sides. Good. Let's do a few more. So you're trying to keep your back leg really strong as you come forwards, don't let the knee drop. And then reach back through your heel as you come into your exhale and bow. And the body start open up. Good. We'll just do one more. And then we'll take it back into pyramid pose. And take a breath or two here, hugging that left hip back, or whichever hip it is for you. And then we'll start to walk the bricks, turning the feet so we're back into our forward fold. And then just let the knee bend each side, coming into this high skandasana. You can start to make it deeper if that feels good. Coming up. Steady. Come up through the middle and start to walk the hands around to the front of the mat. Hopefully the other leg is behind you. Just take both legs straight, bow. And then lengthen and look forwards. Step the left foot next to the right. Exhale and fold. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to the front. So we're going to flow through. So get your bricks out of the way if you need to. Inhale and lengthen, look up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, looking forwards. Exhale, you're going to step back into downward facing. And take a couple of breaths here. As you inhale, lift your right leg high. Step that right foot forward and then start to walk the hands to the long edge of your mat. Turn your feet parallel. So we're back into our Pavrita Padottanasana. So it's a wide-legged forward fold. And see if you can start to release the crown of the head towards the floor, relaxing the shoulders just a little to get some freedom through the neck and the head. Then start to slide the shoulder blades away from the floor. Great, and feel as if you're going to root from the center of your pelvis into the floor, into your feet. And then let's start to come halfway up. So lengthening the body forwards as if you're in a half forward fold. Yeah, bricks can help if you want to. But we're going to turn the heels in and the toes out. Take your left hand onto your left thigh. Take your right elbow onto your right thigh. And then start to push the torso up.
and over to the right. So we come into this version of goddess pose. See if you can get, so have your knees wider, move, so bend both knees, and turning the toes out. There we go, it should feel quite horrible. You lengthen the tailbone and take your left arm overhead. There we are. Great, so you're pressing the outer knees to the back of your mat, hugging the tailbone, pointing towards the floor. Good, start to reach that left arm forwards, and then we're going to change sides. So left elbow comes onto left thigh, start to take the right arm overhead. Oh my goodness, can you dip your hips a little deeper? Goddess pose. Let's have another breath here. We've got one last push. Press the outer knees to the back of the mat. Take both arms up. Sorry, cyclists. Lengthen the tailbone. And then we'll bring the hands back to the floor. Widen the heels, wide-legged forward fold. And let the crown of the head release towards the floor. Never been so happy to get back into a forward fold. Great, and start to walk your hands to the front of your mat, turning the toes as you need to. We'll step back into plank, and then lower to the belly. Well done. Bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders. Just take it into Sphinx pose. So the elbows in a straight line underneath the shoulders. Turning the palms down. And push down on your shoulders so that you can start to come up as if you were reading a book. That's it. And then feel as you spread your fingers wide and press your toes into the floor. So the lower body, so the tops of your feet press into the floor rather than the tops of your toes. So flatten the feet. And as you push all 10 toes into the floor, can you feel that firms the sit bones towards each other, firms the muscles of the legs. So we want to keep that sense of the lower body toning. Tone the belly away from the floor, and then feel as if you were going to drag the elbows back. If you feel a bit compressed, you can have your elbows a little bit wider. You've got space. You want to feel as if you're dragging the chest through the arms. Nothing happens, but the shoulder blades drop into the back of the heart just a little bit more. Sphinx pose, good. Lengthen the back of the neck, so you might be looking a couple of feet in front of your mat. Let's have another breath. And then release, well done. Release the head to the floor and allow the spine to rock a little from side to side. And then press the hands into the floor and sit back into child's pose. So you can have the knees narrow or you can take the knees wide, big toes together. Do what feels best for you. Rooting the hands into the floor to just help anchor the hips back to the heels. And then we'll start to come and sit. So you can walk the hands back, you could roll over your ankles if that's something that works for you, or you can just come and sit. I've got a little tiny lift underneath my pelvis because it just helps to give me more space in my spine. Do what feels right for you. We'll lengthen the left leg out in front. And bring the right foot to the inner left thigh. And you could broaden the seat a little bit here, sitting nice and tall. Start to turn the belly button towards your straight leg. If you've got your strap hand, you can use a strap here, which is fine, but otherwise you're just going to use your hands. If you're using a strap, the strap's coming around the ball of the left foot, and you're going to use it to lift the chest apart. Then feel as if you're drawing the chin towards the toes. And then you can start to bow. So we don't want too much of a pull around the top of the sacrum there. You want to feel as if the spine is supported, the belly toned back. And you just take it into a comfortable forward fold. See if you can relax the shoulders, so maybe walk your hands towards your foot a little bit more, and then you can sort of soften elbows. That's it. Just allowing the head to release, the jaw to soften. And start to lift the torso. If you have a strap, take both straps into your left hand. If you don't, you're just going to keep your hand on the shin. And then we're going to begin to lengthen the right leg out into a wide-legged formation, but we want to still feel that the spine can stay long. Start to twist towards your right leg. Good. So either your hand is on your your left ankle or shin, or it's holding onto the strap, and you might be able to slide the hand closer to the foot. You're going to turn away from your left leg. And you can press the right hand into the right thigh as you take it into this revolved pose. If it feels good, you can have the right arm alongside your ear. That's it. So you're turning to the right. That's it. And take your right. So you're leaning to the left. Turn to the right. And take another breath. It's funny. Yeah. Turn to the right, but lean to the left. Yeah, so you see what I mean? You've got your body turned.
Oh, thank you.
How does that feel? Slightly different, yeah. That's it. One more breath. And then unravel. And we take that to the other side. It's good to confuse the brain. So here, the right leg is out in front. The left foot is to the inner right thigh. We start with this simple forward fold, Janu Shasana. So broaden your sit bones so you feel a good contact. You can either use your hands, the fingertips can be on the floor, or you're taking hold of knee, thigh, foot, whatever works for you, or you've got your strap wrapped around. I like using the prop, it just helps to remind the body to lengthen the spine. Open the front of the body so you're not collapsing. Yeah, so you can start with hands, a strap in each hand, and just you're bowing over your straight leg. We'll rush into the next pose. We'll take that time here first. Make sure you turn the right toes back. Breathe into both sides of the body. Let's relax your shoulders, me for your last breath. There we go. And then, good, we're going to start to come up, the straps in your right hand, or your right hand's on your ankle. You're going to open your left leg out so you're in a wide-legged position, but just make sure you're not so wide that your spine collapses. Sometimes we go a bit too far. So you want to be able to still sit on top of your sit bones. So you're going to start to turn to the left, but you've slid your hand down the right leg so that you're starting to side bend to the right, but you turn and twist to the left. Great. And you can push the left hand into the left thigh to give you a little bit more of a side bend. So you feel that left waist open up. But the torso is turning and opening up to the ceiling. If you want to, you can then take your left arm overhead. Root into that left sit bone, that's it. Yeah, lovely. Have another breath. And slowly unravel. Great. You can have your strap to the side, draw the knees in. Lovely. And then shuffle forwards if you need to, and hug your knees in as you come onto your back. Okay, and rolling a little bit from side to side, releasing the upper body into the mat. And then bring the left foot to the floor and straighten the left leg along the mat. You can, here you've got a choice. You can either just support the thigh with your hand, right hand to right thigh, or you can once more just straighten the leg ball of the foot into your strap. We're coming back into this Hasta variation. So we're trying to press the left buttock back into our blue-green as we open through the front of the pelvis, tone both legs, drawing the toes back towards the body, pressing through the heels. So you can, if you straighten that right leg knee, and then you just allow it to open towards Anne, but keep the back of your left hip on the floor. There we go, yeah. So you could use your left hand just to help press the front of your pelvis down. Yeah, how's that?
Yeah, fine.
Good. If it feels good, your left arm can open to the side, gaze to the left. And just for your last breath, hug the legs in, press through the heels, feel this push-pull sensation through the body, and then bend both knees. And if you've got a strap, just take the other foot into the strap, release the right foot to the floor, start to straighten the right leg along the mat, and you've either got your left hand on your left thigh to support it as it comes out to the side, or the straps in your left hand and you're rooting out. And if, like me, you find the wall, press your foot into the wall. See if you can keep the back of the right hip on the floor, so your hand can be pressing the front of your hip to keep the body from rolling. Lovely. Support that left thigh. Me. Just take your hand to the outer right, outer left hip. Left hand. Left hand.
Yeah.
There. Oh, you've got your strap. Sorry. I couldn't see your strap from here. Ignore me completely. That's a much better thing to do. Lovely. And then we'll release, hug the knees in, and just let the straps get out of your way. And then bring the feet to the floor, soles of the feet together, knees out wide for Supta Baddha. And release the arms to the sides. If it feels a bit too strong, you can just support the thighs with your bricks. So if that feels better, you could just have one brick under each thigh. It's quite a nice way of coming into this pose, and start to let the lower back release. And the knees be heavy, or letting the knees rest on bricks. Bring the knees up, planting the feet. And if it feels good, you could just hug them in one more time, release the lower back, and then find your way into Shavasana. Legs straight, feet wide apart, toes flopping out to the sides. If that pulls on your back, if it doesn't feel comfortable, you can bend the knees, feet wide, knees rest together. Do what feels right for your body. So let the jaw soften. The upper back releasing into the floor. The belly soften as you allow the lumbar spine to let go. to deepen the breath. And as you draw energy back into the body, hug the knees in. And to make your way back to seated, just decide, do you need to do a little twist from side to side, knees one way then the other? Does that feel good for your back? Or do you want to just come back up to seated? So take your time. And getting your way back to seated, taking your hands to your heart. How's all this?
Thanks, everyone.